With Chesapeake Bay gleaming, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And Goff going to look to throw right away. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up second down.
And their coach told us the other day that they wanted to get him in a nice groove right out of the gate. And one way to do that, give him quick throws where he can get the ball out of his hand in a hurry, as he did there.
In motion goes Patrick. Goff now looking to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
On third and short, going with their tight end. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And they will take over first and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Over the middle, complete. It's Flowers. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun. Goff. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 36. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Williams, a man in motion right. Here's Goff. It's Williams on the catch. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. David Montgomery taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. In motion left, Flowers. Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're able to to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
To throw is Jackson. It's Hill, complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy sideline, right?
Sammy sideline. You know something? He tackled him.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Goff. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Now Jackson back into his end zone. Throw caught by Flowers. And they'll get him down the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. A first carry now. This is Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Goff now looks to throw. That is caught by Laporta. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
The tight end in motion right. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Quick throw there is incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Goff. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when, as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, often to great success.
That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. A shotgun snap for Goff. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tim Patrick from 6 yards away. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A first down carry for Henry. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. In motion left goes a tight end. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Henry out of the pistol. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Jackson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now it's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. In motion goes Patrick. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. From the 22 now, here's a 2nd and 5. Now it's gone. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
To the air again. Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Now Goff. He's got right on the short throw. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. In motion left comes Williams. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting them first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. In motion right, that's Williams. Gone. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they were very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now Goff. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Here's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there of 22.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Throwing again is Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return will stop right around the 25. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now 2nd and 3. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
2nd and 10. Jackson. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Jackson. Looking deep here for Flowers. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Zay Flowers in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot before break here. Goff. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Alex Anzalone in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
This will be caught inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Gibbs going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Goff. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Lions are able to stretch out their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This is 2nd and 8. Again, it's Henry. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
To throw is Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Throwing is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score.
And you can forgive this defense just a bit here. They know how dangerous Lamar Jackson is running the football. Stopping him is in many ways a prime concern. So here, they're late to react to the handoff on the option, and it costs them as this winds up a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Williams, the man in motion left. Play action. It's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
2nd and a couple. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Back to throw, Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Gibbs straight ahead. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Third and 12. Goff now looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's right. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Goff now to throw. And he's got it. And in for the Lions touchdown. Tim Patrick with his second touchdown of the night. And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the Ravens taking the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
A short one there, caught by Likely. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. Play action. Now Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll send a tight end in motion right. From the gun, it's Jackson. A little short one there, caught by Likely. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They go play action with Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. Here's Jackson to throw. Dancing to his left. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Jackson now. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Play action. It's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Goff.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now Goff. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
He's got it to Williams. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Off play action. Here's Goff. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34.
That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he gets it down to the 32. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Bates' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12. Now it's Jackson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. That is caught. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They set up the screen for Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From the 42-yard line, here's second and a yard.
Again, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews.
And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this down inside the 40.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing is Jackson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Here's second and 10.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Jackson.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Here's second and a yard.
To throw is Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
He's going to get it again, just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 9.
Goff now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 10, a minute 40 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Jackson connecting with Andrews.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. He finds Hopkins complete. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Jackson to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long. That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Jackson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So it's a win here for the Lions, and the guy who spearheaded things was their quarterback, and that's Jared Goff.
Yeah, he really threw the ball well, didn't he? Well over 300 yards passing, hit on 3 touchdown passes, and he's delivering the ball in rhythm all game long.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.